Remember, as a disclaimer, all this religious information is completely based around the Legend of Zelda series, and I do not believe, nor do I endorse the belief in these goddesses or gods, mainly considering they do not exist. Please do not take these references to being a legible religion of any sort. This video is for the education on the Hylian religion behind the Triforce. Thank you. Now, the Triforce is a key part of many of the storylines in the Legend of Zelda series. Being such a broad topic, this Zelducation video may take a little while. The creation of the Triforce, according to the Hylian, was caused by the Golden Goddesses, or the Old Gods if you prefer. In the beginning of the Zelda universe, the three deities, Din, Nehru, and Farore, looked down in the universe and saw that everything was in chaos. The three deities descended upon the chaos and began the creation of the planet which the Legend of Zelda takes place on. Din created the material realm, full of rocks and water and such things. Nehru is said to have given the land law and order, which I find weird considering law and order was made before life was made by Farore. But anyways, that was the order that it happened in. They decided that all was good, but before they left for the heavens, the three goddesses decided to leave behind a small part of their power in the form of the Triforce. Even though the three golden goddesses created the Triforce, the people of Hyrule tend to worship the light spirits that the golden goddesses created to protect the land from the interlopers, but I might get to the interlopers in a later video. There are three parts to the Triforce, as you might be able to tell. At the top, there is the Triforce of Power. On the left, the Triforce of Wisdom, and on the right, the Triforce of Courage. But what do they all do? Well, the Triforce of Power gives its holder true power. This power includes invulnerability, strength, and an unlimited source of mystical power. The Triforce of Wisdom grants its user divine wisdom and a multitude of magical abilities including telepathy, healing, and a large amount of enchantments. The Triforce of Courage, unlike the other two, does not give any magic powers to the user. In fact, the only power it actually gives its user is courage. But some fans speculate, including myself, that the Triforce of Courage allows the user to master any weapon he decides to use. This is pretty evident with Link, because he needs no real training with his weapons, and his sword masters always call him gifted in everything. So I find this theory has enough evidence to support it. The Triforce is normally indestructible, unless magic is used to split it, normally into 8 pieces. This magic is only used to protect it though, as seen in the original Legend of Zelda and in the Wind Waker. The bearers of the three Triforce, as far as we know, have been Ganon/Demise with the Triforce of Power, Zelda with the Triforce of Wisdom, and Link with the Triforce of Courage. Only one other known holder of the Triforce has been recorded, and that was Midna, but Zelda had given her the Triforce of Wisdom so that she could exist in the Light Realm. Some may argue that Ganon has given Zant the Triforce of Power in order to use him to take over the Sacred Realm, but really Ganon was just channeling his power through him. From this information, we can conclude that the Triforce's powers can be channeled, or even given to others. Sorry about that. Also, we have found out that the natural holders of the Triforce are the reincarnations of Link, Zelda, and Demise/Ganondorf. If you watch my Zelducation video on the Sheikah, you may remember me stating that another Sheikah legend would be saved for another video. Well, this is it. This is the legend of the Triforce. According to the legend, the resting place of the Triforce, the Sacred Realm, is a mirror that will reflect the heart of the one who enters it and lays claim to the soul called Sacred Triangle. This being said, one of two things can happen when this event occurs. If the heart of the one that holds Sacred Triangle in his or her hands is pure and balanced, they will gain the true force to govern all the Sacred Realm, and it will become paradise. However, if the heart of the one that holds Sacred Triangle does not contain an equal balance of power, wisdom, and courage, the Triforce will separate into 3 component parts, leaving only the part representing the force that the one most believes in, and transforming the Sacred Realm into a world of evil as well. If that one were to seek the true force, that one must acquire the 2 lost parts that will be held by two special individuals chosen by destiny who will bear the mark of the Triforce on their hands. You can see where this Triforce holding had all started. This came to pass when Ganondorf in the Ocarina of Time had decided to go into the Sacred Realm and claim the Triforce for himself. This splits the timeline in 3 ways, but regardless which way one splits the timeline into, the Triforce is always there, and with their respective holders. Now, I'm going into the realm of fan theories. Now, Nintendo has already said this one isn't true, but I found it interesting enough to mention anyways. Another theory the theory I'm about to talk about is the Tetraforce. Now already you must be thinking, a 4th piece in the Triforce? Well, that's what the whole theory is about. Now my first problem with this theory, before diving into any of it, is the name. When there was only 2 pieces of the Triforce in the original games, the Triforce was named after the shape of the individual pieces. But once we dive into this topic a bit more, you'll see why so many fans were drawn to it. On the Ocarina of Time's Hylian shield, people noticed the Hylian shield had a 4th golden triangle below the Hylian crest. But what proof is this? It might look kinda nice. But you may also notice in many Zelda games, the number 4 is represented as much as the number 3, the number of the goddesses. In Majora's Mask, there are 4 mainlands and the 4 giants. In the 4 swords, the 4 links, the green symbolizing the courage of Farore, the blue symbolizing the wisdom of Nehru, and the red link representing the power of Din. But what about purple link that people make gay jokes about? 2 characters in the Zelda series strikes as a good candidate for the purple coloring scheme. First is Vaati, and the other is Majora. Vaati seems to be more legible by wanting to take the Light Force, which fans speculated as being the full 4-piece Triforce, because it's so early in the timeline. But according to the fans, Vaati only got 1 piece of the Tetraforce, turning Vaati into a god, and making the Triforce into its traditional shape. Another popular theory besides Vaati is the 4th goddess theory. The identity of this alleged 4th goddess remains a mystery, but there are many theories declaring who this might be. One states that this goddess might have been depicted in the Desert Colossus, who must have gone against the law of Nehru and created the goddess forbidding Gerudo, therefore banishing herself and her piece of the Triforce. There are many more identities of the 4th goddess, but that is besides the point. Nintendo has already claimed it as untrue. Thanks for listening to my report on the Triforce. And if you have any further questions on the Triforce or on anything in the Zelda universe, leave your suggestions below, and I'll get to answering them in another Zelducation video. Thanks a lot for listening. Bye!